Alright, we are looking at a Plum Cove Studios Boxcab Electric, and this is powered by two batteries, two 12-volt batteries for 24 volts. It's a really nice design. It's small and compact. You take the batteries out and you can lift it up and put it inside the trunk of your car or back of a pickup or a small SUV. It's light enough that one person can handle it, and then you put the batteries in. It gives you enough weight to pull quite a bit. Now, I have not run this particular unit. I have two of these. I recently acquired them, and one I'm going to keep probably as is, and the other I'm going to use for parts for another project, my track car speeder project. But for those who haven't seen one of these before, you have a control here. It's just forward and reverse on this lever. You let go, it's sprung to go back to center, and it has dynamic braking. This particular one has been set up where there's a switch here for the front and rear headlight, and then they have a little horn here on this button, little like a bike horn set up. And then this just runs through the window. Not a very good shot there, but so let's take a look at one over here that's already apart, and what I'll do is I'll reassemble it. But it's a great design. Again, easy to put together. You can buy it as a kit or already assembled. It all screws together. There's no nuts and bolts, just bolts. And he has like an angle iron here in the corner, and then you bolt it from this side and the other side. This is like a U channel here. Again, you just bolt these corner pieces on. These cross members. Bolts come down. These are already tapped underneath, all threaded, so you have no nuts. And then you have these sprung bearings. And there's all roller bearings inside. Looking across. Coupler pockets already welded on. These are like an aluminum, pure aluminum cast coupler. It doesn't operate, it's just a fixed knuckle, won't open. Looking at the motors, you have the motor here, gear driven, gear here on the axle, and then your shaft coming across and your other wheel. It's a nice simple design. The mount here for it looks like aluminum bar stock, and then there's a rod that goes across and into the frame, right into here, and that keeps the motor from falling down. Keeps it level. It's almost like a diesel engine with an electric motor and a gearbox. But there's no cover on this. This is all exposed, so you can get into it easy from underneath or up top. So again, it's a very simple design. This is 11 inches center to center. I believe this is 24 inches end to end and 12 inches across. So there we have it. The frame for the Boxcab Electric. Now let me get the base or the floor, and I'll put that on. Okay, I have the base, which is actually wood, and that just sits right on here, just like that. And you run the wires right through this hole, and then one battery would go here, and the other battery would go here, and the circuit board that controls it goes right in this slot. And then you have just bolts, you attach it on each corner, and then this hole here is to get to the coupler, and same here, you can just go right down. You see there's a bolt in there. I don't have that quite lined up like that. So you can take this bolt out and change the coupler if you needed without taking the base off. So this is all wood. This is the jumper cable for the two batteries. Alright, let me get the circuit board, which is over here. And basically this just slides into here, just like that. It's not very stable. It was glued in originally. I pulled it out. So there's your circuit board right there. There's an on-off switch right here that you can reach from the outside going through a door to get to that. Again, the handheld controls. This one here does not have any light or horn function. It's just a forward and reverse, again sprung loaded. You can add that in. There's enough extra conductors. This is the wire that feeds into the box, so there's extra wires in here that you can add, mount a button, a switch, whatever you want to do, a sound system. You have the horn, the bell, headlights, it's basically unlimited. Okay, let me get the body, and then we'll put the body on. Okay, here's the base on the frame with the circuit board added, and now I'm going to put the cab on. Again, this is just made out of wood, and just get it lined up in the corners there. Line up this corner over here, and you just push it down, and now we have the body. It's made out of wood. The windows are already cut out. This person added some headlights. It looks like a mag light was used. Just cut a hole and they screwed that on there. I don't know if they did this themselves or they bought it somewhere, but it's not hooked up. It hasn't been used. But you can see where there's like a flashlight here, and they cut that off. And then that way you have a headlight. And then the last piece to go on is the roof. Let me get the roof. I have it sitting over here. And this is basically a metal roof with wooden ribs. All the way down, 3 ribs. And basically there's a slot. And that just lines right up with that. And you put it on, and you're done. And then you got a box cab. So that's the Plum Cove Boxcab electric, and you can add detail. I've seen a lot of these where they've added handrails and windows and doors and radiators and exhaust pipes up the roof and mufflers and other lighting and striping, and so there's a lot you can do with it. This is like the basic kit. I take it. Again, I recently acquired these from someone's estate. Not right from the manufacturer, but I did contact Sam, and he was very helpful. And actually I'm going to have him make some additional parts for another project that I'm working on, using the same drivetrain, in addition to using this one for the track car speeder project. So basically I'll use the undercarriage, get some U-channel, make it a little bit longer, use the circuit board, same controls. I'd like to have all the electric locomotives that I'm going to operate use the same control system, circuit boards, and motors. That way I can easily swap out parts. Once you get the feel of how any of these operate, they'd all be the same. So you learn one, you've learned them all. And again, you can just reach right in this door, and the circuit board is right there. There's the switch, so you can turn that on and off when you're not using it, and nobody can play with it. And then here's the controls. Again, you can have this come out of the wherever you want, the door or the back window, or cut a hole and have it go out through that. So basically that's the Plum Cove Boxcab electric. I should probably put them both on the same track. You can see the one off in the distance. I was talking to Sam at Plum Cove, and he said basically you can MU 2 of these together, or 3 or 4, or as many as you like. Basically it's well, I guess there's some kind of point you can only do so many, but if you wanted to run 2 or 3 or 4 of these together, that wouldn't be a problem. I take it from what I've seen and heard, they do pull quite well. When I get my track built in the backyard, I will check it out and obviously be there with the video camera and give you a report on how well it pulls.